Hi guys, in this video we're going to look at how to dynamically change the settings that are used for your tests in Django. Now oftentimes the behaviour of your application will depend on settings or configuration. And we're going to learn how to change these settings for the duration of a given test function, as well as how to apply a completely new settings file for the duration of your tests. And in the process of making this video, we're going to write a Django middleware class and we're going to test that out. Now often your code will depend on some settings. One example of that is if you have a setting that would set maintenance mode on or off in your application, you want the application behavior to be very different if maintenance mode is turned on. But when you're writing tests, you might want to dynamically alter that value so that you can test different scenarios. And other examples include having different authentication backends available in your application. You might want to test out different scenarios. Maybe you have JSON Web Token authentication on some endpoints and you have session authentication in others. You want to be able to change the settings depending on what you're actually testing. What we're going to do in this video is we're going to actually build a middleware. It's going to be a super simple middleware class. And we're going to write tests for that middleware and we're going to see the override settings decorator in Django. So let's get started here. And what we're going to do in the products application is create a new file here. And we're going to call it middleware.py. And this is where we're going to write a middleware. And if we go to the Django documentation, middleware is a framework of hooks into Django's request and response processing. And it's basically a light, low-level plugin system for globally altering Django's input and output. Now we're going to write tests for a middleware, but we're not going to cover exactly how to write the middleware itself. What I'm going to do is paste in some code here, and we're going to walk through that, and we can close the sidebar as we do so. So we're creating a class here called maintenance mode middleware. And this middleware is going to check if the site is in maintenance mode, and that's going to be based on a setting that we're going to add to settings.py. If the maintenance mode setting is true, we want to return site under maintenance as the response. However, if maintenance mode is false, we want to just process normally. So what we're going to do in the body of this function, if we look at the dunder init method, we take the get response callable and we store that on the class, and that's convention in Django middleware. And then importantly, the dunder call method. This contains the logic for the middleware. What we're going to do for the incoming request is we're going to look at the settings module and we're going to try and get the maintenance mode setting. So that's going to come back with either true, false or null. If it's null, we're going to set a default of false here in the get_attr function. And if we have maintenance mode on, in other words, if the if statement evaluates to true, we're going to return an HTTP response with site under maintenance and a status of 503. So what this is going to do, this middleware, is basically return early if we're in maintenance mode. It's not going to allow processing of the Django view functions because in maintenance mode, we want to return a different kind of response and take our application offline. For example, if we're performing a database migration or a database update or something like that. Ideally, you don't want any downtime, but sometimes you need these periods of maintenance. So that's the purpose of the middleware. And if the settings.maintenance mode is false or it's not defined, we're just going to return self.getResponse, and that's this method that we stored in the dunder init method, and we pass the request, which is going to pass that request down to the next middleware in the chain. And if we get to the last middleware, in other words, if this is the last middleware in the list, then it's going to pass it to the Django view function. Now you can read the documentation if you want to know more on middleware. Once we've created this middleware, we're going to copy the name of the class and go to settings.py. And if we scroll down here, we have the list of middleware. Now the order of these middleware does matter. They run from top to bottom when a request comes in. So I'm going to paste our middleware, maintenance mode middleware, at the top of the list. And that means that if we are in maintenance mode, we don't waste time processing the rest of these. We can immediately return that HTTP response if we are in maintenance mode with the status of 503. Now let's go to the terminal now, and I'm going to clear out what we have here. And we can run python manage.py run server. And when we run the server, if we go to settings.py and we set the maintenance mode setting now, I'm going to set that right at the bottom here, and let's set it to true for now. If we then go to localhost 8000, as you can see here, you can see we get the response that the site is under maintenance. If we go back to settings.py and we change maintenance mode to false, if we go back here and refresh this, we get the normal response for the given URL. So let's go back to VS Code and bring back the sidebar. If we go to the products application, I'm going to create a new file here, and it's going to be test middleware.py, and that should be within the tests directory. So I'm going to move it into that tests directory. At the top of this test file, what we're going to do is paste in a couple of imports. So we're importing test case and reverse. And we can then define a test class called maintenance mode tests, and that inherits from Django's test case. Now let's define the first method in this class, and it's going to be called test maintenance mode off. And this method should test that the site works normally when maintenance mode is set to false. So let's simulate a request to the home page, and we can use the Django test client for that. So I'm going to create a variable called response self.client.get, and we're going to reverse the home page URL. And that URL is just the one that we see here, and it says welcome to the store. So if we go back to VS Code, we can check that we get the expected result when maintenance mode is off. So let's add a comment here. We're going to check that the response is successful and normal content is returned. We can use the assert contains method that we've seen in this series, and we pass the response into that. And we're going to copy the expected response, and it's this one here that says welcome to the store, and we can paste that in as a string, and we can also check that the status code is equal to 200. We can do all of that with the assert contains method. So if we go to the terminal and stop the server, we can run python manage.py test, and it's going to run that test. And I'm getting an error, reverse for homepage is not found. I think the name of the URL was just home. Let me double check that before we run the test again. We can go to urls.py, and in fact we need to actually add a name for this. So let's add a name of home, and then if we go back to the terminal, clear the terminal and rerun the manage.py test command, you can see that all 18 tests are passing. So that's all very well, but imagine we go into settings.py and we change maintenance mode to true, and then we try and rerun these tests. If we do that, we're going to get a lot of problems here, and you can see that we've run 18 tests, but we have 10 failures. Now the problem here is that when maintenance mode is true, it's going to return a very different response for most of the requests that we are sending to Django, and therefore a lot of our existing tests are going to break. So we're going to solve this incrementally. Let's go back to test middleware.py. At the top here, we're importing the test case from Django.test, but there's a method I want to import as well, and that's the override settings method. And I say method, this is actually a decorator. What we can do is we can decorate this particular function with override settings. So let's do that just now. We're going to decorate this with override settings, and we can pass the setting that we're overriding in here. So maintenance mode, we're going to set that to false. And that makes sense because this is what we want to test for this method. We're testing specifically that when maintenance mode is off, we get the expected response. Now what we can do in order to test this properly is go back to the terminal here, and for now I'm going to reference this file that we've created called test.middleware.py. So let's pass the path to that. It's tests.testmiddleware.py, and that runs one test, and you can see that that is okay. But if we disable this decorator here and comment it out and save the file, if we rerun the test suite now, or rather just that particular file, we get the exception. We need to override that setting and make sure that it's false in order for this test to behave as expected. So let's bring back override settings. We need that for maintenance mode tests. And what I want to do is actually copy this method here completely, and we're going to bring it down to the lines below, and I'm going to paste that in here, and we're going to test what happens when maintenance mode is on. So let's rename the function. And for the override settings decorator, we're going to change maintenance mode and set that to true. Now we're going to simulate that same request to the home page, but when maintenance mode is on, we are going to expect a different response. If we go back to middleware.py, the response should contain this text content, site is under maintenance. So we can change what we expect to see here and paste this in. And we can also change the expected status code to 503. Now let's rerun the tests for this file here, now that we've got two tests, and you can see that they're both passing. But these tests depend on the status of this setting, the maintenance mode setting, and that's a use case for overriding the settings. So that's a very handy decorator when the functionality that you're testing depends on some kind of setting. But we still have a small problem here, and I'm going to clear the terminal. And if we go back to just running the test command without passing the actual link to this file, you can see that we get a number of failures here. Now there's two ways that we could deal with this. So one way I'm going to show just now. Let's bring back the sidebar here, and I'm going to minimize everything that's open, and we're going to go to the project directory, which is this testing project, where we see our settings.py file. Now what you could do, and it's common in some projects, is to create a dedicated settings file for tests. So let's create a file here called test settings.py. And what we're going to do in this file here is from the testing project directory, we're going to look at the settings and import all of the default settings. And then we're going to override the settings that we need to override for testing. For example, we want to make sure that maintenance mode is set to false when we're testing the application. We can also override things like the email backend if you need to change those for testing. But for now, I'm just going to set maintenance mode, and we're going to change that from true to false. Once we've done that, what we can do if we minimize the sidebar is we can go back to the terminal, and I'm going to clear this output. When we run the test command, and that's with Python manage.py test, we can actually pass a settings module into this command. So you can do that with -- settings, and I'm going to reference the testing project.test settings file that we've just created, and that fixes our problem because we now have dedicated test settings, and maintenance mode is going to be off for all of our tests unless we override the settings like we're doing here in this function where we set maintenance mode to true using the override settings decorator. So that's one way to solve it. Have a dedicated test settings.py file, and you only need to override the settings that you need to on a per test basis. Now, one other way that we could deal with this, if we go back to our application and go to the tests directory, let's look at testviews.py, and let's look at the first function that we have here. And in fact, I'm going to scroll down and let's look at the test profile page function. This uses the Django test client and it sends a GET request. Now remember, if maintenance mode is on, this GET request is actually going to return a 503, and the expected behavior here where we assert that there's a redirect is not going to work. So what we can do if we go back to test middleware.py is we can get the import of override settings and bring that into the test views function. So at the top from Django.test, we're importing the two classes, but we can also import override settings, the decorator, and then we can use that not only on the test methods like we're doing with patch here, but we can actually decorate the entire class. So for these classes, we could say override settings and set maintenance mode to false. And we could do that for the tests that use the forms as well, and so on. Of course, we need to import all of these, but I think the better way to deal with this is actually just to create a test settings module and basically encapsulate all of the defaults that we want for our tests within this test settings file. But just to note though, that it is also an option. You can decorate the entire class with the override settings decorator, and that's going to have the effect of setting this particular setting for every single method on the test class. So this class here has, I think, two methods. The maintenance mode setting is overridden for both of those, but it's not going to be set on this class here unless you add the override settings decorator to that class as well, as you can see here. What I'm going to do is just remove this, and we're going to default to using this test settings module here, where we set maintenance mode to false. So that's a couple of different ways that you can override tests. You can do it on a per method basis, and that's what we've done for the middleware tests. We are overriding the settings for each method, but we can also do this on the entire class, and that will override the setting with whatever you provide for every single function or method in that class. And finally, we also saw how to define a module for settings that we want to use during testing. And then if we go to the terminal and clear that out, we can pass a settings module into the manage.py test command, and it's going to use that module for the tests. So that's been quite a lot in this video. We've seen how to define a middleware and write tests for that middleware where we override settings on a per test basis. In the next video, we're going to move on and we're going to look at optimizing our test suite and some performance improvements that we can use when we write tests using Django.